Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Whew. So, I'm sorry. I didn't realize what time I had set. It's 11:11. I didn't realize what time I had set the time to start. And I got caught up watching a video. My bad. So, excuse me. I'm about to do a reading. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I was told is planning the best future together. Ooh, that sounds like someone's in love. Let me close out this window because it's going to keep badinging. Bading, bading. All right. Get some cards. Totally wasn't ready. Okay. Hi. Here goes, guys. Here goes. Here goes. Okay. Okay. Pull a couple more. We're going to try and be fast today. We're going to try and be as fast as possible. That's not going to be fast. I can do things fast, but never live streams. These always take forever. All right. I was going to only pull from these two decks, but okay, whatever. Whatever. Here goes. Alrighty. 3 decks. Let's just breathe it out. Just breathe it out. Breathe it out. All right. Okay. Passion in reverse. So someone is feeling a bit passionate about something. I don't know what. And it seems like it's causing them to not think clearly on certain things. Can we just set the intention for like a really positive reading today? I'm trying to set the intention for like a really positive, beautiful reading. My scalp is starting to tingle again. Gosh. All right. I want to see all the cards in advance. Okay. So for some of us, we're definitely not heeding the guidance that we're getting. And, guidance is in reverse. That's going to lead you to an upside down winter. It's kind of like a warning. If you get passionate, but you don't temper that passion with something that's very grounding, something that's very positive for yourself, then, you're going to set things up in a not so good way for you. So we're still in autumn. And if you listen to whatever your higher self is guiding, then you'll end up going through a rebirth by winter, and you're going to experience something amazing, right? Just amazing. Okay. You do have a guardian with you as things begin to intensify, because they will. There's a lot of things that are kind of being slated, a lot of things that are working their way into your life, into your perception. And those things, you need to make sure that you pay attention to the way you handle those things. Many people have a tendency where when they're going through these very specific types of things, they will not take care when they do whatever it is they're needing to do. They'll think like, for example, like, oh, well, Emmy told me that she saw this, this, and this. And so that's kind of guaranteed. So now I don't have to put the effort that I was going to put. before I spoke to her. So it's guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. That's why I don't like to talk about future events, simply because future events are never completely set in stone. What that means is it's going based on what do you call it? It's going based on what your mindset is at the time that I'm viewing it. So if what I say to you changes your mindset, even by a degree or two, if the event is far out enough, then it becomes something that doesn't happen. Okay. So you have to make sure, you really, really have to make sure that you pay attention to what you need to pay attention to, and you put the effort that you need to put into whatever you're trying to accomplish. Okay. Um, if you don't, if you think that something is guaranteed, there's a potentiality you won't receive the very thing that you think you will receive. Okay. You still have to put as much effort into things that is required. Okay. Whatever required effort, you need to put the effort into it. Another really good example is like, oh, 3 people told me that I'm going to win the lotto. So I'm going to win the lotto. Except I never buy lotto tickets. How's that going to work? How does that work out? If you're going to win the lotto, but you never buy lotto tickets, then, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. You're not going to have what you need to have. Yeah. Yikes. What do you really want? I've asked this a few times in live streams. What do you really want? What is it that your heart um, really, really craves? What is it? Do you want um, do you want stability? Do you want happiness? Do you want some people, they just want money. Is that what you want? Just money? Um, like really get solid in what you want. I'm not here to try and, bait you into answering so that I can be like, ha, you're a bad person. Like, no, think of what you actually want, because this is the period where if you're not sure, if you are unsure what it is you want to do with your life, what direction you want to go, and even some idea of it, then what ends up happening is it's your fears that will be manifested. There's energy that's shifting. These energies that shift, they either can open up pathways for you to bring to you the things that you want, or they can open up pathways that allow your fears to come to fruition, that allow worst case scenario to happen. So what do you want? You have to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. What many of us end up doing as we plan for our best future is, instead of planning and thinking of the different pathways that we really, really need to utilize to get to the things that we really, really want, we end up thinking about what we don't want. Well, I for sure don't want drama. Okay, but all you're focusing on is drama. So then what's going to happen? All those pathways know is a fixation on drama. So that's probably what you're going to manifest. If you really, really sit and think about what you need to feel happy and satisfied in your life, it brings it down to the bare basics. And it's very easy to manifest the bare basics. For example, I don't have a car, right? Which I don't. I literally don't have a car. I don't own a car. And that's the thing is that, okay, well, I need to have a car to be able to go run the errands that I need to run and do the things that I need to do. So, like I want to manifest transportation. If I'm going to be over here with these thoughts of, all right, so it's going to be like, a 2500 block engine. It needs to be 4x4. I need to have a snorkel. I want to have an overlander set up. And like, I need heated seats, heated steering wheel. I also want some heated windows so that way I don't have to run the defrost thingy. I would also like some swamp tire. Like, yeah, good luck manifesting that. Good luck manifesting that, right? If you just allow creation to know the bare basics of what you want, the likelihood of you manifesting that is tremendous. If it is the bare basics of what you need, and it's not to say that all you deserve is bare basics, it's to say that's where you start. For example, my family went on a short road trip, and it wasn't necessarily for um it wasn't necessarily to have fun. I needed to go to one of our, and yes, I know, we have multiple PO boxes. I needed to go to one of our PO boxes, which is several states away, and it was this thing of God. The cost of gas is redonkulous. Oh my God. And as we were approaching, we were within like an hour or so of our end destination, I was thinking to myself, like, I'd really like a check in the mail to pay for gas. That would be amazing. I would love that. I would love for this trip to be paid for so I could go pick up my packages and all of these different things and get all the other documents that I need to um, go ahead and filed, and just, like, I'm not trying to be rich. I want enough to cover this trip. Well, wouldn't you know? There were two random ass checks in the mail when we arrived. Randomly. I wasn't expecting any checks, but I was like, I would love for this trip to be paid for. And the checks were basically just enough to pay for the trip. Round trip. Ain't that amazing? Ain't that amazing? And then we had to go again a few months later. There was something else that we had to do. And I was like, it would be so amazing if that happened again. Probably not, but no, that would be cool. Lo and behold, from the same exact people, same exact amount, paid for the whole trip again. When you understand what it is you actually need, you then empower yourself to begin actually finding solutions that apply to your desire for stability. Desiring stability is not enough. You have to know what areas of your life are causing the instability. Are you unstable because you work, you make enough, but at home you don't feel supported? Is it you're very supported at home? It's a very loving environment, very encouraging and empowering, but you're at a job that really just overworks you and does not pay you enough and, treats you poorly. Is that it? Um, do you have the job and the support at home, but you're frazzled within yourself because you feel like you're losing yourself? You feel like you don't know who you are anymore. You feel this and you feel that, and you don't know where it's coming from. You have to know what area of you and your existence is giving the sense of instability. So let's see what the other cards say. Okay, so you have to come to this conclusion that what you want is not just some wishful thinking. You have to get to a point where you begin really accepting what you want is what you deserve, right? What you want is what you deserve. And no, you don't say, well, I want this once I get this. No, it's a simple statement. What I want is this. There's no conditions that you need to place upon yourself. And when you don't place the conditions upon yourself, you then no longer not dilate, constrict that pathway. When you put those conditions in place, what you're ending up doing is causing constrictions within the pathway. You're causing conditions to be the very thing that causes blockages, leads to blockages that prevents your manifestation from taking place. So for many of us, we're not listening and we're not being obedient to the guidance of our soul. This is the second time that we're being told this, right? You have to listen to what your soul is telling you. I'm not talking about what I am telling you. I am talking about what your soul is telling you. What I am sharing right now is based on my experience with my life and how I've listened or not listened to my soul, and what is the end result of that choice that I made. Okay. All right. In order to achieve success, you have to have movement. You have to be able to be willing, open to exiting the mindset, exiting the social environment, exiting the circumstance, the situationships, the relationships, whatever the heck it is that you need to exit, you need to exit it. Okay. You need to exit it. So it's going to be this thing of, um, it's going to be this thing of really addressing this fear of moving forward. I think for many of us, we are afraid of moving forward. We are afraid of what the future holds. And so we keep ourselves bound to the same spaces that make us miserable. But because we are comfortable in that misery, because we understand how that misery works, we're willing to remain there. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You have to be open to doing new things, going new places, starting new projects, meeting new people. Some of the best things that could ever happen to you often only happens after you exit out of your place of comfort. Case in point, I was very, very comfortable live streaming strictly on Facebook, not expanding to anywhere else. They didn't want to. I felt unsafe. Like there's such a huge world out there, and Facebook felt like just this little community. And I knew how to work Facebook really, really well. I knew the algorithms, I knew what would trigger what. I knew how to boost my reach organically. I knew all of that. And so I wanted to stay on Facebook indefinitely. Yeah, I could work Facebook really, really well, but the amount of drama involved being on Facebook, the amount of jealousy and hatred and malignancy and attempts to slander and libel and all of this other crazy ass behavior, full on demonic shit. And I stood with it still because, again, for many of us, we're creatures of habit and we get into this space of, yeah, it sucks, but it's what I know. And it's just, it is what it is. And I kind of just need to suck it up and deal with it. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. It isn't what it is. It's that way because you allow it to be that way. I had to get very, very honest with myself. Okay. I had to get very, very honest with myself. And my life and my trajectory did not change until I found the courage to face my fear of moving to a different platform. Right. Moving to a different platform was super scary. because I was leaving everything I knew behind. I have no idea how YouTube algorithms work. I have no idea of the kind of people that will be brought to me. Like, there's no way for me to go on their channel and see what kind of person they are, what kind of posts they do. And because most viewers on YouTube, they don't have things that they post that will tell you the kind of character they have. And it was very, very uncomfortable. It was very, very scary. But it was also the most rewarding decision I've ever made. It opened me up to receive the people who are actually genuinely part of my community. It gave me a sense of wholeness and stability. It gave me a sense of support and love that is worthy of me. The kind of support and love I give to other people, I now receive from my community, from you guys here on YouTube. I'd never get that on Facebook. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I'm not saying everyone on Facebook is bad, but I'm saying the culture that is established on Facebook, people want to take, take, take. That is the culture that is established on Facebook. Now, maybe some people can make that work and they won't be depleted, but I was not one of those people because I'm naturally a giver. And if you're a taker and I'm a giver, that is the most toxic, perpetually toxic type of situation you could possibly be in, because there's nothing that I can give enough of to satisfy you. And I can't ever stop myself from giving. Right. And people might be like, why would you ever be scared to leave something toxic? I don't know. So I have this theory that people aren't afraid of failure. They know how to do that. We know what to do when we fail, when we, you know, yeah, like we know how to do that. We know how to survive that. We know how to get through that. It's a success that we don't really know what to do with. We don't know what's the next step after you succeed at this or that. And well, what if I succeed and then I can't sustain it? What if you can? What if you can? What if you're not just the novelty that you play yourself up to be? You're not just a novelty. What if that? What if you are a genuine person creating a genuine brand? What if you are a genuine person creating a genuine connection with genuine people? What if the relationship that you're starting is a genuine relationship? And because all other relationships leading up to this one was toxic in some way, um, you know, there's really not much about healthy relationships. And for a while, I didn't know much about healthy relationships because I'd never been in one. I'm talking about friendships. For a while, I didn't know how it was to have a mutually beneficial friendship. How do you know something you've never experienced? And if that's all you know, that means that's all your environment is full of. And if that's all you know and that's all your environment is full of, then you already know at this point, or you should know, you need to begin experiencing different environments that can provide you um, a variety of different types of connections with people, so you understand the full gambit of how relationships can go with other people, how supportive some people can be, how mediocre others can be in their support, their encouragement of you, how some people will go the extra mile as your friend while others will only do as much as is needed, absolutely needed, to prove to you that, yeah, they're your friend, right? The best future is one that's not contingent on these preconceived notions of what a good future is. Based on my preconceived notions of what success is, I'm considered a failure right now. Based on the standards of my culture, I am an absolute failure. That feels so far from the truth for me, though. I've found my purpose. I'm building my path. I have my community. My family is amazing. I mean, what area have I failed in? Oh, other people's expectations of me becoming something, a professional at something that they determined for me. When was the last time you made sure that your perceptions about yourself were actually rooted in your observations of you and your life? Because for most of us, our perception of ourself has to do with what other people tell us we are. So when you begin to understand who you actually are, your capabilities and your actual purpose, at least part of what your purpose is, and then you begin to understand the basics of what you need, I mean, gosh, you're unstoppable at that point. At that point, it's not will you succeed, it's a matter of how far will you allow yourself to go? Because at that point, you have the car, you have the fuel, you have the knowledge of how to drive the vehicle. I mean, really, how far are you going to go? If you don't have all the components that are necessary, you can't even go anywhere, right? You can know how to drive a car and you can have the car, but if you don't have the fuel, that car's not going anywhere. You can know how to drive a car and you can have the fuel, but if you don't have the actual car, you're not going anywhere. You can have the car full of gas, but if you don't know how to drive, yeah, I don't think you should go anywhere. you know? Let's see. Okay. You don't need hope. What you need is to allow yourself to reach a point where you know you will be going somewhere. It's just a matter of you finding your stride, creating your path, creating the opportunities that are necessary, all of those things, right? It's about that. So, lust, excuse me. Lust has more to do with something like uh, wanting something that isn't already yours, right? Wanting, let's define lust. Not luster, I said lust. Very strong desire. Lust is a psychological force producing intense desire for something or circumstance while already having a significant amount of the desired object. Lust can take any form, such as the lust for sexuality, money, or power. It is an unbridled, usually intense desire, an intense longing, a craving, an eagerness. Are you motivated by the things you lust after? Mm. That's gonna get you upside down in your journey. That's gonna make it very, very difficult. Um, it's gonna make it very, very difficult for us to be clear on what it is we want and need. It has to be something you want and also need, right? Um, I don't know. The energy just shifted. Hmm. There's something that's trying to get you so upside down in everything. So risk in reverse, high priestess of air in reverse, high priestess of water in reverse. So getting you all upside down and discombobulated with your communication, getting you all frazzled and causing struggle in your flow, causing you to become so like just unsettled within yourself that you take unnecessary risks, causing you to feel very, very trapped. I don't know. Yeah, pretty much everything is upside down. Moving forward, emotions, balance, and timeout, it's all upside down. Self-worth, walk your truth and transformation. A lot of these struggles will lead to a sense of self-worth. It will cause you to walk your truth, and it will lead to a transformation. Like, as much as I want this to be a positive reading and very hopeful, I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to lie to you and pretend like everything is all good when I am aware that everything is not all good. Many of us are going through some very, very major um, like life circumstance, some type of major process that's causing us to question everything about ourselves and our existence. That's not a bad thing. It's a difficult thing, it's a challenging thing, but it is not a bad thing. That ties into the entire message of this reading, this wanting to pretend like it's okay to remain within that same space by me lying to you and making everything sound all cheery, and I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I mean, the reading feels like it sucks to me, but it gives you very clear definitions of what needs to be changed, what ways you can go ahead and make these adjustments, the ways in which you can create the changes that are necessary. It's about needing to take charge of your life. It's about needing to make these decisions, come to these conclusions on your own time and your own terms. And if you don't allow yourself to, it's this sense of like when you plan for the best future and it's nothing but positivity, it's like a beautiful little story that you're telling yourself. A made up thing that's very unlikely to come true. I want you to have the very things that you desire, not to tell yourself stories that will simply entertain your fears and cause you to remain in the same spaces that you've lived in this entire time. Like I said before, some of the most rewarding decisions I've ever made were decisions that were made in fear, that went um, beyond whatever limits I thought existed for me. It went beyond everything I've ever done. I go beyond what I think I can do, and I never fail myself. I might go through periods where I feel like I'm going to fail myself, where I feel like there's no possible way I can get this done, because I got to be fair with me, right? I got to let myself have the time to process, let myself have the time to acknowledge the fear. And then as soon as I'm done processing and acknowledging that fear, what I end up doing is whatever needs to be done. And I think that's how you ensure you have the best possible future for yourself. Give yourself a moment to ensure whatever fears are being processed, being acknowledged, and then push on anyways. Push on anyways. Allow yourself to carry forward anyways. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to expand in your awareness of what you're capable of. There's some type of sadness in the air. I know this is not mine. I have no reason to be sad, and I was not feeling sad. Let me just get one final card. So, getting one final card. All right. Ooh, card number 8. Kali Kapali. She who wears the mala of skulls around her neck shall never abandon you. She shall be with you always, lifetime after lifetime, in unending tenderness and devotion, conquering that which would alienate you from your truth and creative power. Trust in the effectiveness of your prayers and requests for her assistance. Have confidence in divine intervention. No matter how dire things may seem, you shall transform a negative experience into a positive one that honors your soul. Ooh, how effing perfect is that? I love that. No matter how dire things may seem, you shall transform a negative experience into a positive one that honors your soul. I don't believe in negativity. I don't believe that I experience failures. I believe that I learn what I need to learn before I'm able to accomplish that which I set out to do. I get real just, I don't know. There's this concept that's been spread around, this concept of failure is the precursor to success. I call bull fucking shit. I call bull fucking shit to that teaching. Failure is a precursor to success. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Like, before you can feel good about yourself, you have to, like, make sure you call yourself some really really shitty things, and then you can turn around and be like, but you're a good person. Are you serious? Failure is the precursor to success. I fail at nothing that I do. I make attempts that teach me a more refined manner with which I can accomplish the task I set out to complete. That is not a failure. That is not a failure. That is not a failure. And I refuse to identify as something that is beneath the truth of who and what I am, just so that I can claim who and what I already am. No, failure is not the precursor to success. How do you guys feel about this belief that you were born a sinner and you have to spend the rest of your life atoning for sins that apparently you committed at birth? How do you guys feel about that? You're telling me that a pure child, because of their existence, they must atone for the rest of their life before they've even gotten a chance to be able to learn how to control their body and their vocal cords so they can communicate effectively. Um, yeah. Uh, that's as nonsensical as failure being a precursor to success. That's as nonsensical. You don't have to see the adjustments that are being shown to you by the end results of your efforts as a failure. Those are adjustments needing to be made. And these are the same people who will be like, love and light, love and light. Okay. I'll just, see it as a difference in perception and leave it at that. But if you're needing me to agree with you that failure is a precursor to success, you're going to have a hard fucking time waiting, because I'd rather die. I would literally rather die. I will not allow you to convince me that I'm less than what I actually am. And no, I'm not perfection, nor am I trying to be. No way in hell. No way in hell I will ever take that in. Failure is the precursor to success. According to whom? You see, here's the thing. I once had a confectionery company, right? I had a confectionery company and it was amazing. I love feeding people. I just do. I love feeding people. That's me. Okay. So I had a confectionery company and I did not learn how to be a chocolatier from anyone. I taught myself, right? I taught myself. Now, at one point, I was trying a recipe that I was creating in my own head. And I didn't realize that pure chocolate, it will seize up. If the ratio from liquid to fats to chocolate is not within a specific range, the chocolate will literally seize up. If you get a single drop of water in melted chocolate, it will become the nastiest goop of shit. Like, no joke. It will be useless. And it was this thing of I made the mistake made the mistake of not completely drying my stirring spoon before using it on freshly melted chocolate chips. And the thing started to seize up. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? Why is it doing that? And so I decided to put it back on the stove and add more chocolate chips and more chocolate chips and more chocolate chips to melt until it got to the point where it was just fucking trash. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? And I had to look it up. Some would say that's a failure. I would say no. That's not a failure at all. At all. That's me in the process of learning. And just because I don't get one question right on a test does not mean I have failed. I will not allow, even on a subconscious level, for anyone to go out of their way to try and convince me I am not as fucking intelligent as I naturally actually am. So y'all can look at it as failure as a precursor to success, but don't bring that shit around me. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I want no part of it. And if you believe that for yourself, by all means, make decisions for yourself. But please don't ever share that you believe that for yourself with me, because you just gonna hurt my feelings. You're going to hurt my feelings because of the fact that you allowed someone who believes they are a failure to convince you to join them in that space of being a fucking failure. Fuck that shit. They can be a failure on their own. You don't got to join them in that pity party. For real. Like, hey, you want to believe failure is a precursor to your success? By all means, you go ahead and identify as a failure. I'm not joining you there. I'm not joining you there. Nope. I don't care if it takes me 15, 20 tries to get that ratio just right for whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish. That's 15, 20 times I've made adjustments, and that's what it is. That is what it is. My children are not allowed to believe they are failures or that they are dumb just because they don't understand one question. And you best believe I get real fucking passionate. Hey, you're my kid. No one can treat my kid or make my kid feel like a failure. Not even you, sir. You better turn that around. You are learning something. No way will I ever be okay with the people that I love identifying as a failure. No way in hell will I ever be okay with that. If you're okay with that, by all means, be okay with that. Just don't bring it around me. Don't don't share that with me. I can tolerate a lot of shit. You could tell me like I commune with demons. I'd be like, okay, well, I mean, do you feel like that's a benefit to you? Do you feel safe? I'll be like, okay, that's your path. Yeah, I mean, you're not hurting people. That's on you. You tell me I believe in failure. Oh no. No, no, no. I can't fucks with that. I can't. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot ever take in as a truth things that continue to serve to limit me and my future potential. No. It just because you can't do something doesn't mean I won't be able to. And people might be like, well, Emmy, you're short. You can never be tall enough to reach blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, I could get a chair and a ladder. I could climb your ass and reach it. How about that? Hey, I'm not opposed. You wanna okay. Stand right there, tall person. I will climb on you. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. That's an invitation. You invited me to climb you just to show you I can reach where you can reach. Don't let people limit you. Don't let people convince you to believe in their same limitations. People spread these kind of teachings because they want to sound cool. They want to sound like super edgy. Let me not be a dick. For real. I want to know who started that. Let me fucking look this shit up real quick. Because people be quoting other people without even fucking knowing who they're quoting. Failure is the precursor to success. Okay. Who first? Let me see. Let me see. No one even wants to give someone credit for it. Yeah, no one even wants to give credit for it. Okay. Let me like understanding human psychology. I understand human psychology to an umpteenth degree. I can understand how people will process things to an umpteenth degree. Now, if I wanted to be extremely manipulative and utilize your fear of the unknown for my benefit, I would tell you failure is the key to success. It is a precursor to success. See, you're failing, you're a failure. But guess what? If you buy from me, I will open the doors to success for you. It sounds like a marketing line. It sounds like the kind of line you tell someone in order for them to begin shifting their psychology and their perception of you. Because if I say that, then that means I know something you don't know. That I've succeeded. And that's why I know failure is a precursor to success. I don't know. People should be free to believe whatever they want to believe. Fuck it all. Let me just put my cards away. So I can't today. Because I'm not able to process why I feel this way. Can y'all please report Samantha Smith on Facebook? Please report her right now. That's a fake profile, anyways. You see, when you open the pathway for negativity, when you allow yourself to get in your head about I can't, which I just did. See, the demon showed up on Facebook. Mm-hmm. The demon showed up asking to be friend requested for an accurate reading. Yeah. You see how that works? When you don't allow yourself to exist in a space, and it's okay. I'm going to allow myself to kind of have this little bit of negative moment for me. I will contain myself so that my negative emotions right now are not going to spill over to you. But that's the thing. I allowed myself to have this moment of like, I can't with this today. I cannot with the type of cyclical bullshit that humans, all of us, deal with day in and day out. I can't do it today. And so there you go. There you go. Send me a friend request for your accurate reading now. No, demon. No, demon. Queen of Hearts says, I've been having fear of success in the new endeavor I've been working on. Trying to push through, not self-sabotage. Good. It's very powerful to be able to acknowledge that you have a fear of something and that you are actively in the process of working on it and that you're trying, you're putting effort into it. That is good. That is powerful. That is powerful. That is not a failure. That is effort. That is leading to the very end results that you desire. That is not a failure. That is not a failure. We have to stop seeing our organic processes, our natural process as some type of failure. Because why? Because we didn't do it like someone else? Because we didn't do it like the guru? Is that guru still a guru if you weren't told that they're a guru? Answer that. If you were unaware of the work the person does and the amount of following that they have, and you worked with them, would they still seem as profound as you see them to be because so many people follow them now? I can tell you right now. So first and foremost, I don't see myself as any type of celebrity or like online personality of some kind. I'm Emmy. That's it. Okay. I'm Emmy and that's it. And I can tell you right now, the profoundness that I carry within me that sometimes is witnessed in live streams is the same profoundness that I carry within me when I speak to someone in private. When my soul is moved to share something, I share it and it carries the same level of profoundness. It has the same effect on the individual. However you receive me in a live stream, It's the same way I'm received in real life. If I share my thoughts. And no, it is extremely rare for me to ever share with anyone in real life the work that I do online. I've had many people try and converse with me and ask me like what I do for work. Oh, I work from home. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I work from home. We have our own company. Oh, what's your company do? Oh, you know, we just do online stuff, like, you know, online store. It's the truth. We like, you know, e-commerce type stuff, sometimes like public speaking type stuff, you know, that kind of stuff. But I work from home. Oh, oh, what's your website? I'm not giving you that. Are you kidding me? No. You know, we have to allow ourselves to really, really, really understand you carry a gravity that cannot be diminished. You carry this profound energy. I don't know what you want to call it. It's something so profound that the human language is so limited in its ability to properly, accurately describe what it is. But if you're going to listen to people who try and convince you that failure is a precursor to your success, that you have to deem yourself less than what you actually are, um, you know, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. You have to really allow yourself to just be who you are. Like this. I love this right here. I love this. Cindy says, I got to be honest. When I watched you, I thought, hell no. Then we share the stories about our moms. We connected. I've watched you ever since. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. There will be people who don't have the ability or the willingness to go beyond what they believe is appropriate behavior for people. I think those people are not worthy of the profoundness of the words that I often share. So I will not censor myself. If you can't get past your own limitations of the way you believe I should act, the way you believe I should conduct myself because that's your expectation, then you'll miss out on some of the really profound shit that I be saying. I don't even know what parts of what I say is profound. I don't. I've just heard enough people let me know that their perception of themselves and their life has completely changed since sharing space with me. And I'm not going to call them a liar. I'm going to just, okay, thank you for sharing that. I don't know what it means for me personally. But I do know at this point, something profound happens when I allow myself to be who I am. And so I'm not going to censor myself. I'm not going to stop being who I am. And if people, luckily, you know, Cindy was able to see another aspect of me that helped her to see, like, no, there's something else here. And your presence here, Cindy, is definitely appreciated. It's appreciated. And a lot of people, they'll see me for the first time and they'll be like, what the hell is this girl talking about? What is this girl on? And that's fine. I'm not here to be easily understood, because if I was easily understood and easily accepted, I wouldn't be carrying the gravity that I need to have the purpose that I have. Yeah. If I'm here to change the world, I need to be something so different that when people experience me, their life changes. I can't be a watered down copy of someone else. I have to be nothing but me and myself and I. There's a lot going on within our personal lives. There is a lot going on within our personal lives that's going to cause us to question so much, good Question. Question everything. Hell, question me. Question everything. What do you believe? Why do you believe that? Where did you hear that from? Why do you continue to hold on to that belief? For many of us, we won't know the answers to these questions. Yet they are the most important questions you could ever ask yourself, because it really gives you a good sense of who it is that you're pretending to be. We all pretend to be someone until we get to the point where we stop pretending. So long as you're afraid of how people will receive you, you will continue to pretend. So long as your goal is to seek external validation from people who don't have the capacity to understand the gravity of you, you will be unhappy. You will feel like a failure. One of the most powerful things that I've learned about myself over the course of quite a few years, I can never be replaced because there's only one Emmy. I don't ever have to have any fears or behaviors that are rooted in this fear of someone younger than me, smarter than me, more powerful than me will take my place. No, there's a specific space for each person. I sit in my space perfectly. No one else can fill it. Another thing that I learned is that as I continue to be my most authentic self, people will recognize me for who I am. And the more I allow myself to be witnessed as I am, the less effort there is when it comes to allowing people to witness me. I don't have to dull myself up. There's nothing wrong with dulling yourself up, but I don't have to dull myself up. I don't have to pretend to be something else. I don't have to play a character. I can just be. How liberating is that? And the more liberated I become, the more my energy is conserved for the fulfillment of my purpose, rather than wasting my energy and my time on trying to play a role of blah, blah, blah. No. No, I don't want to. No, I won't. What will anyone do about that? What they always do. Showcase their toxicity and direct it at you. But here's what I learned. When someone showcases their toxicity and targets me with that toxicity, it's still one thing. They're toxic. That has nothing to do with me. If it's bad enough, then take legal action. If it's not to that point, keep going. Who cares? Stop checking in with them. Stop looking at what they're posting. People used to try and make it a point to keep filling me in on what so-and-so is posting about me. Like, oh my God, I mean, you know what they said now? I don't care what they said. The fact still remains. As I've moved on with my life, they're still fixated on me. Sounds like their problem. It sounds like their problem. Be so busy succeeding at accepting yourself, at embracing whatever your process is, that you don't have time or energy to play any roles for anyone again. I am far too busy for that these days. I've been far too busy for that for many, many days. I'm not going to return back there. I will not play a role. I will not diminish myself. I'm planning for the best future possible with all of you. Whatever that future is, it's going to be beautiful because we're going to make it beautiful. Well, but Emmy, what if people don't agree? Well, they don't have to be a part of it. Only the people who agree with the work that I'm doing will be part of it. And that's the beauty of sovereignty. That's the beauty of free will. I don't have to modify my purpose so that more people will participate. I simply have to trust people to be able to discern for themselves what is right for them and what is not. But I will remain in my space of authenticity, my space of truth, my space of personal as well as collective empowerment. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's very, very beautiful. To be able to know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm a good person. And the people who are willing to see, they too will see I'm a good person. Well, I mean, what about the people who can't see you're a good person? Honey, it's not that they can't see I'm a good person. It's that they see I'm a good person and it upsets them. It offends them because they compare themselves to me and they cannot compare because they are not Emmy. So it's never been that they can't see I'm a good person. It's that they see it and offends them because they realize their shortcomings. And guess what? You will always come short if you're trying to be someone else. You will always have failures when you attempt to achieve something, accomplish something based on someone else's standards and how they achieve something for themselves. And maybe that's why I've never failed, because I've never followed after someone else. Instead, I've observed and I've seen what I would like to attempt and what I don't want to attempt. And so I walk away and create my own path with the knowledge of what I want and what I do not want and the appropriate application of each. The beauty about the future, it is not set. It never is. It is not set. We get to decide the nuanced details of what we will experience. You always have the choice. You always have the authority and the power to decide the nuanced details of what you experience. Choose something that you enjoy. Choose something that brings you peace. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I'll give you an example. For 2 to 3 years, I was a transient by choice. Not because I had the money to be a transient, but because I chose my freedom rather than an obligatory existence. And so for about 5.5 months of those 2 to 3 years, I was stranded in a parking lot, effectively homeless. Some of the most beautiful times of my life. Not because I convinced myself to, but that was how I saw it, and so that is how I experienced it. If you really want to know what's important in life, try living in a parking lot for a few months. Limited space, all you can bring with you is what's very important to you. Such a beautiful existence. It was some of the most cherished periods of my life. And I was so fully immersed in that experience and the beauty of it that for a long while, no one even knew I was homeless and stranded. And it wasn't because I was hiding it. It's because I maintained my dignity. I am not less than because of my living situation. I will always carry a profoundness about me that no one can ever diminish, not even myself. Begin seeing yourself in that way and see how your life changes. Begin seeing yourself as a profound being that you are and see how your power increases and how that increased personal power leads to a much more beautiful, peaceful existence. There's nothing that anyone can do to me at this point that will derail me from what I'm here to achieve. What am I here to achieve? A purpose so profound you wouldn't believe me if I told you. So instead, I invite you to witness me as I achieve it. I will never fail at anything I do, because I will never stop until I learn what I need to learn in order to accomplish what I set my mind to accomplish. Failure is not a precursor to my success. My success is my destiny. It's a matter of me allowing it to unfold. I will only ever fail at things that cause me to be anything that I am not naturally already. If I try to be you, I will fail. Being myself, achieving what I was designed to achieve, I will never fail. It will take effort. It might challenge me to the degree that I cry out of frustration. That's not a failure. That's experiencing a moment as a human being and honoring my needs as a human, while also always remembering I come from a very powerful line of souls. I will not be stopped. Start having those kind of conversations with yourself. Start telling yourself the truth of who you are. Stop believing the bullshit lies that people peddle you so they can sell you their services. If you want to purchase people's services, by all means. If it resonates, by all means. If you agree with the price that is set, by all means. But don't agree to shit just because you've been bamboozled into believing you're less than in order to make the sale. Hell no. Hell no. So this is a good place to end the live stream. You guys, the challenge for today. I want you to try this out for a week. I want you to believe in yourself as much as I already believe in you. See how your life changes. Believe in yourself as much as I already believe in you. Impress me. I know you're capable of it. So, think of where you are right now in your life, how you feel about yourself. Apply everything that I shared with you today. Apply it in whatever way is appropriate for you. Come back next Friday and tell me how your life has changed. Show me. Share with all of us. Be an inspiration the way you were meant to be. That's how powerful you are. Just by living your life and getting healthy within yourself, you can inspire other people too as well. That's how powerful you are. Start inspiring people to be as strong as you are, not as weak as people tell you you are. So, I love you guys. Give yourself a break. Love yourself. Acknowledge your effort and your accomplishments. This is not about hyping yourself up. This is about being honest with who you are. I think you'll find there's far more beauty inside you than there is the ugly things people keep pointing out. Would you believe there are people who exist who don't find my face adorable? They have poor fucking taste. I'm just saying. I don't think I'm beautiful, but please. And sometimes you got to make a joke of it, okay? Sometimes you just got to make a joke of it. You don't always have to be serious. You really don't. People can find me not adorable all they want. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I really don't. If I gave a shit, I would do all my makeup every single day and have my hair done completely. Please. I don't give a shit. Anywho, you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend. For those of you who opted to be part of tomorrow's private fire ceremony, you will be receiving an email with instructions today in how you can access a fire ceremony for tomorrow. We're about to burn shit up. We're about to go absolutely ham. with the energy work. Okay. There's still time for you to be able to join me for tomorrow. It's $33 for the fire ceremony. It's not going to be broadcast here on YouTube or Facebook. It's going to be on my private platform. I will be also posting a link for Monday's 1010 portal. I hope you can join me for that. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Don't let people fuck with your perception of yourself. Don't. You got this. You've got this. You got this. I'm not even joking anymore. You got this. Show everyone else you got it. Okay? You got this. So, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already subscribed. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. Here's the link. Lindsay commented it. This is a link to sign up for tomorrow and the 15th and the 22nd. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye, everyone.